and subscribe.
Fight fans, welcome, and we're back from a summer break, and I'm delighted to be joined on my channel by my first world champion guest on here, Nina Hughes. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Back from a summer break, feeling all refreshed, raring to go, and fantastic to have a world champion on my channel, so thanks for coming on.
No problem.
Thank you. So recently, Nina, you've decided to hang up the gloves. Simple question to start with, was this a difficult decision for you?
Um, it wasn't. It wasn't. I think I planned to. I wanted to retire at the end of this year. I always said that this would be my last year in boxing. I had that comeback fight. I wanted to have that, and then one more big fight at the end of the year. But I don't know. Halfway through that fight, I lost all motivation. I didn't feel like I wanted to be in there, and it was a bad performance as well. And I just thought it's time. I was thinking about it all the way through the fight. Halfway through the fight, while she was punching me in the head, I started thinking, I think this is it. I think it's time to retire. So yeah, it is a hard decision. Once you make the decision, it's dealing with it. It's the hard part. But yeah, I think I made the decision halfway through the fight.
Well, at least you managed to get the W in your last fight, so that's the main thing. Well, what we'll do is we'll go back to the beginning. What got you started in boxing? How did it all begin?
I started me and my friend did a boxercise class one day because we found the gym boring, and we just thought, oh, we'll try that out, and we really enjoyed it. And then we joined a kickboxing gym just purely for the fitness classes. I just loved the training, no intention of boxing. I never even sparred in or anything. Just used to enjoy the fitness classes, and then I joined a boxing gym purely for the fitness classes as well. And yeah, my coach at the time talked me into it.
And it just all went from there. Well, your career, you've competed at bantamweight and super bantamweight. You was a member of Team GB as an amateur. Your first pro bout wasn't till 2021 at the age of 39. And in your first three fights, you had the names of, on your winning record, you had the names of Beck Connolly, Tycee Gallagher. Did you find the transition from amateur to pro easy enough? The reason why I asked that was because you have been you was an amateur for a long time, wasn't you?
Yeah. I found it easy enough, and I really enjoyed the process because it was learning a lot of new things. It was without changing your style. It was just perfecting a lot of things and that you wouldn't do as an amateur. So I really enjoyed the fact that you're learning new things all the time, and there's always room for improvement. So, but it was an easy transition at the same time.
Okay, well, whilst you have been obviously boxing professional as well, you've had two children, two boys to look after as well, and I also believe you was doing another job while she was boxing professional as well.
Yeah, I still work the same job. I never left. I'm still at the same job now as the whole of my career. So yeah, probably only world champion that works as well.
So how did you I mean, to some it will probably difficult, but how did you manage to do your boxing training, fight as a pro, look after your boys, work a job? Like, how did you manage to do all that?
I didn't really have a time. It was very difficult. It was trying to fit it all in. My work were very good and they were very supportive, so I got to work from home. So a couple of days a week. I only worked 3 days, so 2 days work from home, 1 day in the office. So the days I work from home, I could train in my lunch break. And then the day I'm in the office, I'm running on my lunch break, and then training in the evening. So I found a way to make it work, but I was just very busy.
So at least you can have a social life now, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, pretty crazy, really. But 5 fights into your career, your world title chance come against Jamie Mitchell.
Yeah.
And you won via unanimous decision and become WBA bantamweight world champion in less than 1 year of turning pro and at the age of 40. What an absolute tremendous achievement. Tell me how that felt.
It's the best feeling ever. Nothing will ever top that. Yeah, I mean, we was always confident. I always believed in myself. And when I got the opportunity to box Jamie Mitchell, I believed I could beat her. and I just think if no one gave me a chance apart from the people close to me and who knew me well, and yeah, it was even better to prove everyone wrong.
Did you always believe you'd become world champion?
I believed I was good enough to become world champion. I wasn't sure whether I'd get the opportunity to, because as you know, in the pro game, it is about getting the opportunities. And yeah, I always believed, like certain world champions that were around at the time, I believed I could beat them, and I always believed that I could become world champion had I got the opportunity. And yeah, lucky enough, I did.
You certainly did. Well, of course, Jamie Mitchell had beaten Shannon Courtney and was a big, well, she was a favourite in the fight with you.
Yeah.
I've already asked this question, but going in sort of, did you think you'd become world champion? But going into that fight, was you super confident you'd win that?
Yeah, I was super confident. Training all went well, and yeah, everything went to plan. We only actually had 6 weeks for that as well. Since I think I boxed 6 weeks previously, and so it was a quick turnaround. But yeah, I was super confident that I could get, as long as I performed on the night, I'd get that world title.
Well, absolutely, as you said, in modern day boxing, to have a turnaround like that is just, it's crazy, it really is. And if I remember right, after that fight, was you signed by Eddie Earn and Matchroom?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you made your Matchroom debut. You won a comfortable decision against Katie Healy. Um, I think the next point of your career to highlight, which I think was absolutely the crazy part of your career, has to be one of the most bizarre things that, as a boxing fan myself, we've seen in boxing, has to be the Shenica Johnson debacle. It was absolute a debacle's probably putting it lightly. Can you tell me the memories of that one, Nina, or should I say bad memories?
Well, it's looking back, it's the it's the fight that changed my career really. I still to this day believe I won that fight. I was confident throughout the fight that we'd won, and that's I won and changed the result. Yeah, it is gutting because had we had won that fight, we would have moved on to unifications. We wouldn't have had the rematch. We did appeal to the WBA, and they got neutral judges all around the world to rejudge my fight, and they actually had me winning, and they made me mandatory for the rematch. So yeah, I got the rematch, but unfortunately in the rematch I didn't make it right.
Well, we will come to the rematch, but basically that fight, yeah. So you was announced as the winner. Then the announcer says pretty much I've made a mistake, and then Shenica Johnson gets announced as the winner. I can't imagine what that actually feels like, standing in the ring to say you've defended your belt, you remaining world champion. After that fight, did it give you a bit of a bad taste in your mouth for boxing, or did it play on your mind for a long time? Did it play on your mind for the rematch?
Um, you just you come to notice that it happens so often. Like I think every result that you watch on the telly, every time there's a big result, you think it just happens at every level, and it's just part of our sport. And what can you do? Yeah, I was happy with my performance, and I knew I'd done everything I could do, but the decision was taken at my hands.
Well, you are correct. Like, we do have these crazy things happen in boxing, but that's got to be one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. And as you said, you did get the rematch. It was the obvious thing to do. You corner through the towel in, I think it was the end of round 7, was it?
Yep.
Well, for that loss, did you sort of have any excuses for the loss in that fight, or was you just beaten by the better fighter?
I just felt like no excuses. I was beaten by the fifth fighter. Like I just felt like it was a bad night for me, bad day in the office, rather than. Do you know what I mean? It's one of the, I feel like if we boxed again, I could still beat her. It was just on the night she was the better fighter, and she won. Yeah, no excuses there. We had a good camp. Probably too good. It's probably the only camp there. Nothing's gone wrong. So, um, yeah, she's the better fighter won that night.
No, that's fair. That's fair enough. So your last fight came on the 25th of May this year, a 6-round points win. A few days later, on May the 28th, on social media, you announced your retirement. What an achievement in a short space of time for what you've done. It's just remarkable. And I hate to have to ask this, but do you look back at your career with any regrets at all?
I wouldn't say regrets. Um, yeah, no, I'm proud. When I look back now, I'm proud of what I've achieved. Obviously, I wanted to go on. I was chasing when I had that world title. All I wanted to do was box for unification fight, boxing unification fights, and I was chasing the unification fights for so long. So it's no regrets because I couldn't make them happen. I tried to make them happen, but just unfortunately they didn't. So on my side, there's no regrets. But obviously, I wished things, certain fights could have happened that didn't.
Well, I'm going to come to, I think, which you mean me one of them certain fights. The Ebony Bridges fight was
Yeah,
touted for a long while that never happened.
yeah,
She was IBF champion, I believe, at the time.
yeah.
Um, is that particularly one of the fights you're talking about?
Yeah, she had the IBF. I was just chasing that belt. It was nothing personal against her. I wanted that IBF belt, and I believed I could beat her. And at the time, it was an easy fight that should have been. Well, it should have been an easy fight to be made, both with Matchroom. But unfortunately, yeah, the fight was never made.
Do you have any ill feelings towards Ebony Bridges? Because I remember there was a little bit of back and forth on social media. That's what happens with boxing to build fights. But do you have any ill feelings towards Ebony
No,
Bridges?
not at all. No real feelings. Look, it's boxing. It was just a bit at the time. It was just a bit of banter. I was trying to get her in the ring. I was trying to tempt her into the fight. I wanted her belt.
Yeah, that's fair
I
enough.
want, that was all it is really. Yeah, nothing against her. I just wanted her IBF belt, and as soon as she lost it, I wanted Yoshida. But yeah, the fights never got made. So I've got no real feeling against any of the boxers. It was just business, and yeah, they had belts that I wanted.
Yeah, I mean, that's what boxing, in all honesty, is about now as well, isn't it? Building fights on social media. It's the biggest platform to do things on. So,
Yeah,
things are said, things are tweeted, things are put on Facebook, Instagram, and that, and this is what happens. So, yeah, that's a brilliant insight into it. So, um, are you going to go back into boxing in any shape or form? Are you planning to be a coach, go into any kind of management or anything like that?
um, I haven't got a clue yet, so I've just got to put my phone on charge. This is going to die.
That's all.
um, I everyone asks me like what are you going to do now? I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I haven't really decided yet. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to enjoy retirement, enjoy doing all the things I couldn't do before, and yeah, see what happens.
So, time will tell.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, Nina, this has been a great insight into your life in boxing. You should be very proud of what you achieved in this tough sport. As I said, my first world champion that I've got on the channel. It's been a privilege and great to have you on to talk about your career. And one thing that I didn't pick up about earlier that I was supposed to pick up on, obviously where you've had your boys involved in your boxing. I was going to talk about your ring walks.
Yeah.
They've been a big part of your life in boxing. How have are they happy to have you retired from the sport, or are they not like old enough to understand enough yet, or
I don't think they care either way, really. I
really?
suppose they get more time, and they don't have to come to the gym with me anymore. So that part of it, but yeah, no, they gave me the big push I needed because I wanted to make them proud. They're old enough to understand a little bit, so yeah, it always gave me that extra motivation to push myself to make them proud.
I thought it's brilliant as well the way you always got them involved in your ring walks and that. It's a very unique thing to have that. I thought it was fantastic. And yeah, Nina, as I said, it's been a privilege. My first world champion to have on the channel. I'm very, very grateful for your time. Wish you all the best in the future, whatever you decide to do, whether it be in the ring or not. So once again, Nina Hughes, this has been your life in boxing. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thank you, Nina. Speak to you soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Bye. Thank you.